Okay. Hi, welcome back to the Venusian Wave, and we are doing the intuitive tarot reading for highlighting the rising signs, but also sun and moon for the Aries full moon this week. I wanted to do it earlier, but I did not get a chance. I was celebrating my birthday as I am a Libra sun. Happy birthday to all you Libras out there. And so I'm getting to it now. Hopefully this is helpful. We are 2 days away. It's supposed to be fiery. I know a lot of things have happened. We had some interesting astrology recently, so we're just going to go with this is perfect timing. Thank you for being here. We're just going to pull a card or a few, depending on how many come out for each sign. All right, so we will just go in order, and you can get your time stamps below. All information to also work with me one-on-one is below. That is all up there on my website, and be on the lookout for other things to come. So Aries, this full moon is happening in your first house. This is your identity. This is how you show up. This is your life force. So you may be getting and feeling a lot of energy in this place right now, and in a way that is kind of receding, and then it will be maybe more fiery as the day approaches. So just be aware of that. But let's get a card for Aries. Okay, a couple cards. We have Strength and Justice. So you may need to have some courage to find balance at this time. What that can mean are many things, but there is a deepening and compassion for yourself. What does that mean for you? What kind of situation are you in? Are you in a situation with a Leo or a Libra, or is Libra season showing you where you need to find and deepen the strength in yourself to realize maybe that there is more strength in communicating what's on your heart, even though it feels very vulnerable, feels very risky. But you don't realize how much that can also balance out what's happening in your life at this time. And it could also be a way to easily move forward. You know, it could feel really heavy, or it could feel like a big change or a big risk, or it could feel like a big shift because for you that is your experience. But in maybe the situation or the person that you're dealing with, they may see it as an opening. They may see it as an invitation. They may see it as, okay, this person, there's more safety here. Those are just a few things, right? So this is like first house, this is the head. So also if there's things that have been weighing on you, you may find that you may have a headache, or you may feel achy in places, or you're needing to care for yourself in a way that looks different than it did in the first half of the month. So if you need more rest, or you're finding that you need to find balance with your relationship with a Leo, or your relationship to yourself, maybe you need to care for yourself, put yourself first. This full moon is very much self-focused in a way that is healing in relations. And even if people get upset or mad or triggered, if that does happen in your experience or vice versa, just know that whomever is being activated in that way, there may be needing a conversation or a healing, and that could help heal whatever had happened in the past with someone else. I'm not saying that that's like how we always go about these relationships, but a lot of times like we're able to evolve in a way where we meet new people who show us and can be similar or like other people we have known or dealt with, but we're healing certain things in this relationship with this person as a new person, and we maybe have things come up from old relationships or old ways of dealing with things, and with this person we're able to allow for those things to be healed or seen or acknowledged, which is all healing in itself. But that's also strengthening relationships, strengthening yourself, and some would say like that's kind of what we're doing here anyway. And that's what it's very Libra too. And for those of you who have had to find strength and courage to be patient, you will receive some answers. That's also what those cards can mean is that this season is going to give you answers, and you may get them around the full moon. So just know that if your patience is being tested, just hold just a little bit more. Okay, Aries? All right. Taurus rising. Taurus rising. This would be in your 12th house. Things coming to light. Things coming to light. Ooh, the sun. Things coming to light. Okay. Things coming to light. Confidence. Breakthroughs. Inspiration. Be prepared for the light to guide you to further inspiration. This may have and create even more change, but it doesn't look like it's uninvited. This looks like he knows that there's change required, there's bravery required. Again, more courage coming up, funnily enough, but like the opposite card, or the other card of, not the opposite, the other card of Leo. This joy, this letting your experience, or enjoying your experience, or being creation with your experience, being able to be in surrender or in full experience of positive emotions, and how that's transcending and transforming your experience in this state that you're in. I actually, as a Taurus rising, I would like to bring up that I had a session with a Taurus sun yesterday, and just the simple conversation and acknowledgement of like, I was so this and that, but then once the Reiki brought the healing, like remembering that the love and the meditation part, bringing the healing to light, and how easy it is that you can transcend and transform that your state of being. And I know that's talked about a lot. It'd be so good for you. Look at you. Look at this. Calculated, easy, like then risks become your thing, right? Then all this becomes your thing. Don't worry about it. Like, that's just see, watch, be a part of. This is that transcendence of your experience. Maybe opening up your mind to all that has been hidden to you in a way that is inspiration for positive ways. And for those of you who are moving forward and then all of a sudden like things kind of fall apart, just know that maybe that was it. And I know that can't be easy, but maybe that was why or it. We have a card turned over in here. 4 of Cups, interesting. Transcending the doubt of yourself, maybe. Accepting all that is and all that you're moving into. Sounds so easy. Right, Taurus? Okay, I love you. I'm excited for us. And for Taurus, sun's just like seeing the light, letting yourself feel the light, getting outside, being present. We'll talk more in your reading. I'm excited for it. Gemini risings, 11th house. Community, your roles. Ooh, right away. So your experience, for some of you, you want to rush, or you're being encouraged or activated to move forward in your experience of fulfillment, and then all of a sudden you may feel like a slowdown. You may feel this height of rush during this time of the full moon energy, and you may want to be around people. You may feel the abundance, but that also may cause you to go into this internal space. For some of you who are writers or like to be intellectual or interpret things, Mercury is in Scorpio right now. Venus will move, but it's a great time to be introspective in that way and create boundaries from this place, especially for those of you who start full throttle feeling like you need to create this specific you need to say this thing right now, and then you realize you let it move through your body. For some of you, need to digest some things about what this means for you on this day. It could be that you are also creating a life with a Virgo, and you are feeling like things are moving quickly, but it's not without the very real and needed conversations. And that way, if you're in a relationship or in your career or your community that you're in, all of the goodness that you find yourself reevaluating at this time, or sitting down to have a conversation of what could be a or just our conversations about your needs with each other, or what's needed moving forward depending on what's coming up now. And it may feel like you need to say this thing right now, because if you don't, and if you feel that way, first pause and let yourself, if you can and you have time and you have the wherewithal to, just scan your body and let yourself go through this, digest in yourself and find the words, you know. Be grounded when you speak, be clear, then you may have an easier time with this energy of the full moon, because there is still information coming to you at this time, Gemini. So just being wary of that, and being just also being aware of any Virgos in need of help, or Virgos that you're connected to, making clear boundaries with them perhaps too. Okay, Cancer risings, also Sun and Moon of course, but Cancer risings, this is in your 10th house. Aries full moon in your career, your public roles, how you're seen perhaps, and so on. We're gonna let those cards come out too. Ooh, security, abundance, anyone? Does that bring out defense and insecurity? Or can it allow you to open your mind and expand your possibilities with the knowing that you have the capacity to feel this now. You have safety within your mind to feel this now. You have the ability to be noticed and find the security within yourself without maybe second guessing or rushing to conclusions. Maybe this is you coming to new heights and new places within yourself. Maybe you finally have enough money, time, or energy, and you're being given and offered this in a way that's healing. Anytime you felt rushed, anytime you felt like you have like overly urgent to do something, when really you have, this is really bringing you to a place where you can expand your creative vision, or the vision, realize that not seeing my mouth might be funny. You can expand your view, you feel safe, you realize, or you feel the feelings that come up from the abundance, or the well, what do I do to keep it? Like you rushing to figure out and find ideas, when you realize like that you just have to maybe reflect on your process of how you got here, and that will help you move forward. Cancer risings, being acknowledged for your roles, also using it to direct something new and find a way to put maybe your control and your ability and your resources and your abundance towards a bigger view. And yeah, that you're just finding the bridge and the connection there, and how that has to do with your energy and what you need to do with that, as opposed to how it bounces back and forth with others' energy. Okay, Virgos. Oh, actually Leos, sorry Leos. Leos, 9th house, Leo risings, 9th house of travel, education, philosophy, whatever that is, you're committing deeper. You may find that you're committing deeper to yourself at this time, in a way where this discipline and devotion, commitment, contracts, that's a commitment to something, or the one-on-one partnership, the devotion, the one-on-one with yourself, with the way that you think, with your beliefs, with where you're at with things. Maybe it's about bringing a little yoga in, meaning like be with yourself every day, checking in with yourself every day. Maybe start to commit to astrology or a way of life even more, just be more devoted to something that connects to you personally. And also maybe it will help ease your mind. You're like, is this all going to happen on the full moon? No, just make dawn on you that you need to, even if it's just like really focus on what self-care is, what your needs are, if you don't know what that is right now, right? That's just a very one example, very simple, specific one example. If travel is important to you. And then for others of you, you may want to put something out there at this time. You may be wrapping something up, and the commitment is to finally put it out there. Perfect time. Can set a wildfire and not in a bad way, right? So Leo rising, just know that the possibilities when you commit to yourself and how that relates to the extension of your life and the way that you think. Okay, Virgo risings. This card really wants to come out for you guys. Your mental health, your resources. You may connect what the connection between your mental health and your resources are at this time. We had the Queen of Wands in reverse at the bottom. Yeah, so this is like a letting go of control, because that's so interesting. I haven't seen it. I thought the deck was upside down. It wasn't. Wherever you can, so basically wherever you can release control, that's where your mind will then open up to what you can actually control, and where you may need to put your energy moving forward, the way you may be able to see your way out of wherever you are, or if that's what you want, or moving through this time, or evolving, if that's how you see it. Your mind is opening, you're wanting to move. Be careful with your words, be careful with what you can't control. If you can start the day reminding yourself what you can control at this time, an idea may surface. So just be aware of that at this time. Virgo risings, Libra rising. Libra rising, 7th house. This is your commitments, your relationship to yourself and other contracts. Okay, nice. Well, this is a day that looks good. This is a moment that looks good for your, maybe an idea. Maybe there is a relationship that comes together in form of making money. Yeah, abundance, working together, collaborating. That's what I've been fucking looking for. And then we have the 3 of Wands right next to it at the bottom. I just want to acknowledge those two. 3 is a number of transformation. So this relationship could be started emotional, like in a friendship, but then you realize it's growing into something that you can see yourself going into business with, or partnership in some kind of way. Fruits, you're creating something that brings more, right? Brings more of the pentacles, the security, the safety, to expand, to do something where it's not just your connections. This could also be you getting the information that you needed in order to make your next move, right? You got what you needed. This could be, positive or negative news. Really, it doesn't have to be one or the other, because the 3, it could also be like you hear something through gossip that allows you to be able to invest more of your time in the way that you need to. It opens up a gate for you that you didn't realize that you needed to open up. So you could also hear about a job, or you can hear about, a change or promotion, or you could be talking deeper commitment. For others of you who are single, you may, I wouldn't say that you'll meet someone at this time, but you may feel like you are moving into an energy where you could possibly, we're changing your form of worthiness, where you once felt validation you no longer need, and therefore the way that you're even dating or seeing partnership could be evolving at this time. I'm sorry it took me a minute to get there, but we got there, so that's all that's important. Scorpio rising, this will be your 6th house of work. 6th house of work, the cards are speaking quick. Mars focus. This is about being emotionally stable, especially in your feminine energy. There is a cycle that is ending here in your mind, and it needs you to be emotionally stable in order to transform that, not transcend, but transform whatever is coming to a close at this time in your mind, whatever pattern or cycle. It's needing emotional maturity. It's needing you to see it through, accept it, acknowledge, and understand, and find understanding. Also, it's maybe having someone you receive that of you. You need someone else at this time to be that person for you, so that you can communicate, and you can, and that person, you know, willingly, right? Willingly wants to be there for you in a work setting, in a health setting. This could be you having worked on your health, and you worked at work where you feel like you are in a comfortable place, you are in a positive place, and now you want to up that vitality, and you commit to it emotionally, and there's like an intention behind it, and you start to seek that out perhaps. So this may be that too, a transformation in that space right now. Feeling good where you're at, hopefully. Or it's that stability of wanting to speak your mind and speak your emotions and overcome whatever in your mind that has stopped you from the past. That's also the Queen of Cups. All right. Sagittarius rising, 5th house. This is moving through your 5th house, and then Venus will move into your sign the same day. Okay. From Scorpio at that, which is funny. And Aries, okay, this is a Mars day. All right. Sagittarius risings, 5th house, pleasure, romance. This is in Libra terms, this is a total makeover. This is being very upfront with life, the universe, or I fear for these people in a funny way, that you are now very adamant that you are taking a risk with money, right? You're clearing up some place with money, or where you've needed to transform your relationship with giving and receiving, or giving to yourself. This is also romance. You could also, weirdly enough, go through this experience. This day could feel very long for some of you. And then you have this experience with maybe meeting someone right away or very quickly. For others of you, this is an experience of being more free and open with yourself that is very obvious, demanding, and a way that's in control of transforming, in control of your healing process, that is transforming your creative process, or whatever you're creating in your life, or the pleasure that you have. This can show you where you've maybe sought pleasure in ways that were once toxic or draining of your experience in life, and now you're looking for it to be uplifted, maybe spontaneity, which can ultimately and synchronistically, magically enough, lead you to a place you wouldn't have gone to if you didn't have this, and give yourself permission and be this magical creature where you can transform your experience in a matter of one fucking day. And notice what then Venus, you know, the luck of Venus and Sag brings out for you. Sagittarius risings, it's just transforming, or this connection. You may even, just some of you have this like really intense, inspiring connection to how connected your romantic and creative and pleasure energy center, that 5th house. There may be this, you may not realize that there has been this misconnection, and then this something connects, maybe by doing anything that pleasure, like what you find pleasurable that day with yourself, you know, in any way, or romance yourself, and how that connection and being in that feeling so deeply, and how being in that feeling so deeply, Mercury and Scorpio can transform and heal so much, if that's what you're looking for. Okay. Capricorn, didn't even say your fucking sign and you're popping out. 4th house for Capricorn risings. This is your, you know, caregiver foundation, maybe a redirection in this area of your life. This is the most cards so far. You may be taking a look at where you may feel very secure, but at the same time, it's like too comfortable, where it's like if you don't, you're at a place where if you don't, it's not where life's pushing you anymore, but if you don't move and you don't assert or you don't fix and find your way forward, I don't mean like fix someone else, I mean fix your focus, right? Like the point of all this, like you're seeing all that you have, maybe feeling like, you know, is it good enough? Maybe you feeling like it's great, but then all of a sudden, you know, your mind goes into another direction, and you have to find this ability to be compassionate to the part of yourself, you know, finding strength in the mind in this way, which is very air sign season, and just being disciplined to that, realizing that this is what's helping you heal, is being safe and secure right here where you are, not needing to push, letting things come to you a little bit more with ease in the mind, realizing that when you know, if you can take a step back in this way, if you had parents that were overly, or you were raised in a way that was overly pressurized, Capricorns, like you're already feeling the pressure, of course there's more. This is about you really being able to say, okay, I know this now. And you may find this moment where you just know things have to shift, and you have to choose different in your brain, and it changes the way that you go about the thought process of your foundations and what makes you feel secure mentally in your relationship, or in the way that you interact with your life, especially if there is a Leo strength card that shows up. If there is a Leo in your life, or if there's someone in your life who is teaching you this, don't be afraid to learn it either. Like, be receptive of the way that they also show this part of you, and you have to learn to accept that what they're telling you is real, right? You have to find that deepening of trust, and rewire anywhere where you've been taught or you were raised, or anything that brings you back to your foundational place that doesn't equal what it is that you're looking for now. Aquarius, 3rd house. Aries, full moon, the Justice card comes out. You may see what is really imbalanced at this time and what can help balance it out. You may get to see everything that same day. It may be a very cerebral day. For those of you dealing with a Libra, this could be a time where things come to light about what's needed for both of you in the relationship. This has to do with redirecting your relationship. This is a day where you can also have communication about that, have it be something that, and have the intention behind it be more balanced, perhaps for some of you, needing to bring something, or something comes to light so that you can weigh it out, bring attention to it, for you to either bring to just like sit with, acknowledge, and then see how it transforms from there. So just notice, and especially what comes up in the mind and what feels imbalanced at this time, and don't be afraid to communicate it or face it head on with yourself, Aquarius. 3rd house of communication and your rituals. You may establish a disciplineless rule too. That's justice as well. Or something, you may receive some information where it then puts that into play. And Aries, being fire and spirit, gives you that extra push, and it may not feel so great at first, but then it will. Pisces, second house, your resources, your talents, your skills. Aries, full moon, coming in hot. All right. Moon on the bottom of the deck. We have the Sun and the Emperor. This is and will be maybe a fiery day, something that connects you to your mind and your heart. Perhaps a memory or something comes up where you really have to stand in your power with maybe your inner child, with yourself in a way that is really important for the direction of your life. It may also sink in and re-inspire you as well. For those of you who have had trouble with maybe your head, maybe have headaches, that maybe this exposes to you the healing, the light that's needed, especially for your ego, in order to move forward. If you're dealing with a Leo or an Aries as well, your relationship, certain things about your relationship come to light and need to be talked about and faced at this time, and it may feel like it's a lot of fire, a lot of heat in the situation. It may feel more dramatic than normal, but there's something about that feeling and the cooling of the moon, right, that can help. So maybe have the conversation at nighttime, or when it's whenever is there, you can find a balance of that heat that you could be feeling internally if you're needing to communicate anything at this time. But it's really, I see it more as just owning the place that you're in, owning something that helps you solidify your ego, that actually allows you to enjoy your life more as well. So the crown, something very strong, is being strongly communicated to you at this time that will also help you for the future. Is there anything else here? You may also see something deeply reflective for those of you who have children, or see people on this day. There might be a very mirroring experience at this time that also reminds you of your power as well, and it may feel a little uncomfortable. It may just make you feel in general, and that helps you. You're like, okay, how's my resources? Well, if you stand in your ground more, you may have to stand your ground with someone about your resources or about how valuable you are. You may be seen as more valuable at this time too. And for those of you thinking finally, just appreciate this moment instead of saying finally, because then you get to take this with you and continue this every day, because you know you can give it to yourself too. And that's ultimately very Emperor, very Aries, very Leo. Is like, give it to yourself. Give it to yourself. Maybe just give it to yourself on this day. All right, Pisces risings. Stand in your power. I'm excited for you. That is the end of the intuitive pull for the Aries full moon. I hope this is helpful for you. If it is, take a look at my website below and the services that I offer, as well as the YouTube videos for each sign every month, and the Patreon extended readings, which you can subscribe to, which will all be in links below. And I'll catch you in the readings. See you next season.